everybody, I'm Jona from One Pip Wonder, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mariposas. And it's for 2 to 5 players. It's recommended for ages 14 and up, and it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to play. Mariposas is designed by Elizabeth Hargrave, and if you're not familiar with my channel, then you might want to check out this video, because this is my wish list board game. A couple years ago I did a wish list where there were board games I wanted to see more themes of, and the migration of the monarch butterfly was on my list. And guess what? Elizabeth came through with this board game, and I have been looking forward to reviewing this board game ever since I heard about it. So in Mariposas, you are a monarch butterfly, and you will be having little monarch babies and grandbabies. They will be fluttering. You and your family will be going all over a board that's kind of like an abstracted looking map of North America and South America, which is where the monarch butterflies do migrate throughout 1 year. Now in 1 year, the monarch butterfly will have 4 generations of babies, and as the new generations are born, the old ones, the grandmothers, great-grandmother, they all die off. And on the 4th generation, they make a trek from wherever they are in North America all the way back to South America and Mexico, where they all join together and flutter around on these trees. It's magnificent. But that was the inspiration for this game. So in Mariposas, you start as a Generation 1 butterfly. All the generations, they can only breed the next one. So ones can only breed 2 generation butterflies. The 2 generation butterflies can only breed 3. On your turn, you have movement cards, which you play one at a time. You might have a movement that allows one butterfly to go 5 spaces, or 3 different butterflies to go 3 different spaces. Or if you want, you can take one butterfly and go 3 different spaces, and you can claim resources from each of those spaces with that card. When you place a card, you're going to be taking the movement action that's directed on the card, but then wherever you land, you're going to be taking the flower resource from that spot. If there's a milkweed symbol next to where you landed, you also can take the opportunity to breed or produce the next generation butterfly from that butterfly and that spot, as long as you have the flower resources to do so. You need a certain amount of resources. You can either do sets of resources, which will allow you to produce, or you can do a larger number of a mixture of the flowers. Also on the map are cities with way stations, and these way stations are thematically supposed to be like butterfly sanctuaries where lots and lots of different flowers are, where they can, get lots of food and breed and whatnot. Now, when you go to a way station, you will have a surprise bonus. You flip over the little way station tile, and you might get a life cycle card, or you might get a special movement card. The life cycle cards, you want to collect set colors of those. There's the red, blue, or green set. If you're able to get 4 of those, you get a bonus, a game bonus, either something that's going to allow you to do a special action to let you get ahead in the game, or have like end game scoring. Now, there's no limit to the amount of butterflies that can be on one spot. You or multiple players can be on the same spot, and you can claim the same resources, because butterflies aren't stingy. Now, as the game progresses, there will be different rounds of seasons. You start in spring, and in that season, you will have certain goals you might want to accomplish. They aren't mandatory, but you can get ahead on the point track if you are able to accomplish those goals. They might have something about breeding in a specific area, having your butterflies in a specific region on the board, or on certain colors on the board, and those type of goals. And those will continue on into the summer season. There'll be a new set of goals, and then finally the fall season will be another set of goals that you might want to try and accomplish. On those seasons, when you start, there will be butterflies on the seasons that are not revealed yet, and you have to move those butterflies off those cards before you take anything from your resource. If you're able to get everyone to clear their butterfly off their card, you'll be able to take a peek. So maybe you can start planning ahead how to start scoring on the next season's goals. Now in the spring season, you only get 4 turns. Once you've placed your 4th card, everyone's going to go around and see if they were able to accomplish any of the spring season goals, and you will count those points at that time. You will also remove any first generation butterflies and put on the board any second generation butterflies, and then you will start a new round for the summer season. And when you're in the summer season, you get to play 5 cards, and then finally for the fall, you will get 6 turns, and then you will do the season scoring and then final game scoring. Any Generation 4 butterflies that you are able to get all the way back to the beginning of the board, you will get points depending on how many butterflies. So if you get like 3 butterflies back, you'll get 12 points. 4 butterflies, you'll get more points, and it will multiply the more butterflies you're able to get back there. You will also get points for any life cycle cards that you've collected over the course of the game, and any end game bonus points that you got from the life cycle way stations. Whoever is able to climb the highest on the point chart at the end of the game will be the winner. And as you can tell, there's multiple ways to get those points. So that's the basic idea behind Mariposas. Right now I'm going to send you over to some of my friends who played Mariposas with me the other night, hear their thoughts on it, and then I'll share my final thoughts. Hi Britany and David. You played Mariposas with me, so did either of you have a first impression? I know you played it twice, so what was your first impression of the game?
It was cute.
It was cute?
that was my first impression. It was a very cute game.
Okay.
Cute, is not normally my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But having said that, I'm not opposed to it. Like, it was fun.
Okay.
Like, it was enjoyable.
How were your thoughts on the length of the game?
Well, in my opinion, the first time we played it, it was just Britany and I.
Okay, 2-player.
2-player,
Yeah.
and it seemed to go a lot quicker than it did when there was the 3 of us playing.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with the length of the game, but you can definitely see the addition to time, or at least to me that's how it felt, that there was definitely more time being added on.
I actually liked it with 3.
Yeah.
It was a lot better with 3 than 2.
Okay.
Because it kind of made, the game didn't go as quick. It felt like you could do a little bit more.
Was there anything that you especially liked about the gameplay?
Well, I mean, I like that you had the options. Like, it gets very interesting weighing, do I want to kind of hang south and try to make that race to the finish line?
Yeah.
Or if the goal's forcing me to go north, do I want to push north and try to meet that goal?
Right.
Or try to strike some sort of balance. And I think that's kind of neat. And then judging what's in your hand and whether or not you're going to be able to do either of those things.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that aspect of it, like trying to strike that balance.
Yeah.
The options is nice, where you can go one way, you can do the goals, or pretty much you can go wherever you want.
As a final consensus on it, is this a game that you would want to share with someone, or is it one that you might just forget about? Maybe that's too hard.
Me personally, I would share it. I think it's a game easy to get people in because it's simple. You're just moving the butterflies around. For me personally, because that's right up my alley of games, I would share it with people. I would play it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would too. I would share it. I don't know how much I would. I don't know if, I could bring it out again. I could see myself doing it a couple times and introducing people to it. But after that first couple times, I don't know how frequently I would reach for it again personally.
Gotcha.
But having said that, it's definitely fun. I would never object to playing it again if that's what somebody wanted to play. I enjoy it.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on Mariposas. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
So I had a lot of high expectations for this game, and I was very much looking forward to playing it, as it was a game I had specifically been thinking would be a great game theme. So when I finally had the chance to play it, I have to say, I think Elizabeth Hargrave did an incredible job translating the idea of the monarch migration into a board game. You really get the impression of kind of butterfly-like movements across this board. And at the end of the game, when you're in the fall season, you really are overwhelmed with this impossible goal of getting those butterflies back to the beginning. I think that she really interpreted nature in such a creative way. I like that she included the idea of, the way stations, which is a really important thing for the butterflies to have little sanctuaries where they can take rest and be able to get the nectar they need and be able to reproduce. I also like how she incorporated milkweed as an essential, and I appreciate all the representation of the wild native flowers of North America that are essential for butterflies to thrive. I think that the way that there's so many goals, the more that you follow the goals throughout the season, the further you get away from achieving the goal of getting your Generation 4 butterflies back to the beginning. Because a lot of times those seasonal goals will take you all the way up north, will take you to different cities at the top of the map, and if you're not paying attention to the location of those butterflies at the end of the game, it's almost impossible to travel all the way back, because the furthest movement card is only 5, and you're only going to have 6 turns, so that's only 30 movements. It seems like you should be able to do it. I don't know, maybe I'm just not focused enough. But the point is, this game gives you a lot to consider, a lot to think about, and it really unfolds like a season. It really progresses in a nice way where you get more actions towards the end of the game, but you feel like you have less ability to accomplish what you want to towards the end. It really has a good tension there. I still don't know the best strategy for winning this game. I've tried a couple different things, like just focusing on the season goals and maybe breeding in certain areas, just trying to accomplish those and not worrying about getting back to Mexico. I've also tried getting all my Generation 4 butterflies, keeping them to the bottom of the map and then getting them back. I don't know. I think I might just be, I have a hard time focusing when I'm playing this game, but I feel like the next time I'll get it. The next time I'll do better. So I really appreciate that about this game, that I still feel challenged and I still want to play it. I really like the aesthetics of this game. I think it has a really fun, Day of the Dead look to me, which I think is appropriate because monarch butterflies, they always go back to Mexico, and the whole game is about death and rebirth. So I really love that theme that she actually put into the artwork and the look of the game. A lot of board games aren't this color palette. So I think it's kind of fun, exciting, and different. So on the 1 pip scale, Mariposas is a 5 pipper. Part of the reason why I like it personally so much is the theme. The rest of the game is fine, is great. I'm not always a huge fan of moving around on a board. I guess a traditional board, and it definitely has that where you're maneuvering around. Now, it isn't area control. Anyone can go on top of another butterfly. It's not like you're blocking people off or anything like that. And if you like board games where you have, you're on a map and you're going different destinations and you're completing different things, you're gonna love this, because that is very much like the core of this. It's a very traditional type board game. And I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just personally, it's not my favorite type of board game, but the theme, I love it so much that I don't care if it's not my absolute favorite. I still think it's a great game. So that's my final thoughts on Mariposas. Let me know if you've played it. What are your thoughts? Did you like it? I never played a 2-player. If you have any, comments about playing Mariposas 2-player, I'd like to know. I know a couple people I've heard from said that it's not as good. So that is something to bear in mind if you don't have the opportunity to go to board game nights and you only have one other person to play with. This might not be the best option for you at this time. But as far as a game group, it's really great. And I mean, we played with 4 players and I didn't really feel like it got that much longer or felt like, oh, it's not as good with more people. I didn't get that impression at all. Well, those are my thoughts on Mariposas, and I hope you enjoyed this review. If you've been online for a little while, maybe it's time to take a break. It's not good for my analytics, but it is good for your mental health. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Enough motorcycle. So if you've been online for a while, why not take a break? It's not great. What?
Don't say why not take a break.
So if you've been online for a while, why not take a break?
No!
If you've been online for a little while, why not take a break?
No!
Oh, okay.
The theme of it is just very cute.
That's the only problem.
Whoops.
So if you've been online for a little while, why not take a break? Maybe.